Hello, Gemini. Welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you are connecting with on a romantic level, what it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. So some of you may have been in a relationship. This could have been in the past. This could also be current. For others of you, this could be a situationship. And for a small portion of you, you may find yourselves in a dilemma. There may be a dilemma that you're in where you know there's something special about this person, and you look at each other and there's gestures and there's eye contact, but no one's really speaking up. So there's tension building up there. For those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self to get the answers that we need. I do not channel through any spirit guides. I never have. I have certain reasons for that. At the end of this reading, I will channel Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel to let you know what it is that they advise. So things were okay, and then all of a sudden we got these dark cards here. This particular deck, many of you know I interpret this quite differently than the original book that comes with the deck. I see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards that are a little bit on the dark kind of side. Even here, responsibility. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 7 cards. Wow. That are a little bit complicated. It's difficult. It's not easy. There's tension, there's stress, there's worries. This is the energy that comes from these type of cards. Now, this is what your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. But it could also be that because of the intensity of these cards, you could also be feeling this and going through the same thing. We also, in relationships, tend to mirror one another. We mirror each other, and also the energy is intermingled. It comes and goes, comes and goes. We have here, first card is the strongest, change, followed by relationship, illusion, selfhood, creativity, illness, wellness, doubt, victim, boundaries, and then we have responsibility under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Gemini, I don't want things to remain the same as they have been. I do want things to change. This change is needed because if I don't, everything will stay the same. The change that is needed is swift action. I need to hurry up. Everything that has happened in the past has been going on in a cycle, in a circle. It just doesn't go away. It repeats. There's a repetitive pattern of behavior here. And I understand where it's coming from. I have done a few things that I would like to change. What would I like to change? I'd like to change the way this relationship is going. I'd like to change the things that we are struggling through in this relationship itself. I have thought about this many moons, many nights. I have stayed awake, just lying awake in bed, thinking about what it would be like to be in a long-term committed connection with you. A connection that I could call my own, where you are mine and I am yours, where I feel comfortable, where I feel wanted and cherished. But I also want to cherish you and to show you how I feel about you. It's hard for me to show you this when you are surrounded by all those people that love you. I want to be part of that group, but I can only see you from a distance, and I'm unable to reach out and be with you the way that I would like to. I also feel that in this connection there's this sense of illusion now. This illusion that I have, it's difficult for me to move on because I'm living in denial. I hide behind a veil. I hide behind a false mask. I'm not really looking at certain things clearly. There are certain things that have happened, and I'm not proud of it. Because of the things that I've done, the things that I've said, I know this connection is going to be strained. I stay emotionally distant from you. I don't talk to you. I don't tell you what it is that I truly feel. I find it difficult to tell you. And this is why I hide. I do not tell you the honest truth. I also feel that in this connection, there's this sense of selfhood. There's a part of me that really is, and that really feels different. Because now you are different. The things that I have said and done, they have changed you as a person. Not truly the best way to change an individual. And certain things you have changed simply because you are being very cautious now. Once bitten, twice as shy. Certain things that I have said and done have really upset you. I do know that in this connection, there's this desire to move forward. But once upon a time, there was this flame that burned bright. And now that flame is extinguished. Because you have changed so much, I don't know how to reignite that flame. I don't know how to restart the situation. With you, I have seen now that you are someone who has moved on. There is a sense of independence. You no longer need anyone. Perhaps you never really needed anyone in the first place. But there's this self-reliance, self-sufficient, independent personality that now comes through you even more than before, more than ever. When I see this, I see you in a different way. I experience things differently. A long time ago, you were that mystery. And when I met you, I had unwrapped and unraveled that enigma that surrounded you. And I had the opportunity of knowing you. But because of the things that I have said and done and the way that I treated you, It's no wonder that you changed. I'm not proud that this is what the result was, but I do know why you did what you did. I also feel that in this connection, I want to create something with you. Something that'll be long-lasting for the world to see. A web of love I would love to weave and keep you as the center of my world. I want to create something with you. I want to create a relationship with you. A better one. But there are certain things that weigh me down. Restrictions, burdens, responsibilities, constraints. Trauma, emotional trauma that holds me down, prevents me from coming above the surface of this water. I can't see you. You are that sun. You are that shining sun. And I want to go above the surface of this water, but I am unable to because there are things that are weighing me down below the surface. These are circumstances I find myself in, and I cannot let go of them. I cannot release myself from them. I do feel that in this connection, now there is this doubt that exists. The doubt is what I feel. Do I move on? Should I move on? Is it possible for me to move on? There are certain things that have happened. Certain things that I'm not really proud of, that I realize now. I doubt that you would even want to be with me, which is why I hide and I keep emotionally distant from you on purpose. I'm depressed. There's a sense of desperation and despair because I can no longer be in a relationship with you the way that I wanted to. Even now, I want it, but there are restrictions. I understand what I've done. In the past, I overindulged. I took you for granted. I also took advantage of you on more than one occasion. And by me overindulging, I got my way. And I had fun. Maybe you did too. But now it just seems as if I was using you. And I understand how it may feel. I've turned you into the victim. A victim of my desires. You went along with it because you didn't know that that's what was happening. Manipulation. Manipulation, psychological manipulation, emotional manipulation, even sexual manipulation. Taking charge, getting my way, not really thinking about the consequences. Because of all of this, I have now put up my boundaries. What else could I possibly do? How can I face all of this, the things that I've done, the way that I've been? The easiest way for me is to take a step back and just put up some boundaries. Put my boundaries up. I don't have to deal with it. I don't have to see it. Out of sight, out of mind. But the truth is, I'm still thinking about that relationship. I just hide it. I just don't show it. This boundary is starting to really upset me, and I know it probably annoys the hell out of you as well. And that's why I want to make a change. How am I going to make this change? By going forward and taking responsibility. Being the responsible one. Being able to carry the weight, these burdens on my shoulders. Being that person who can handle it. And who doesn't run when trouble comes. In the past, I have not been responsible. I was quite irresponsible, inconsistent, unreliable, not really being there for you. But this time, I want things to be different. With this change that I'm hoping for, Gemini, I'm hoping that now things can be different between the both of us. That I can move forward and be in this relationship with you and be honest with you. But because of the things that I've done, you have changed, and now I find approaching you very difficult, which is why I put up boundaries, and yet I still want to change. You and I are not talking. You and I are not seeing each other right now. There is distance. The reason why is because I don't know how to approach you. Hopefully one day I'll be able to. And when I do, I'll be that person who will no longer be irresponsible, but I will be the one who can carry the weight, carry those burdens, be responsible, and take responsibility. But this can only happen if there is change. Gemini, very, very deep. Felt the energy in that one. Wow. Okay. So that's what's going on. All right, Gemini, you may wonder, does this person even like me? They absolutely do. They just don't know how to deal with the situation because it's become so overwhelming for them. It's not easy for them to reach out to you the way that they once used to, because now, because of what they did, you have changed, and that scares them. You see, it's easy to approach somebody that you know is still the same. It's more difficult to approach somebody who has changed. Now, you may not have changed, but that's what it seems like to them. From their point of view, if anybody did what they did to anybody else, they would have reacted in that way. And so they're assuming that that is what you're like. It could be that you're not like that. Maybe you're not totally cold and distant. Maybe that you're not. But this person, from their point of view, they view you as this because that is what their reaction would have been. So they're assuming that if they did it, you can do it. And that's not true, guys, because we all know everybody is different. Everybody has a different way of expressing, of being upset, of grieving. Not everybody is the same. Here we have, I'm getting the words, even the reaction time. Not just the reaction. They don't just react to something in a different way, but even the reaction time is different. Here we have balance and 4 of staves. So here I have the Lover's Path Tarot, and I like to look at this deck because it gives me an idea as to what happened in this connection where this person just kind of faded, or maybe they ghosted you. Maybe this person faded. Maybe the communication now is quite less. Perhaps they ghosted you. I think I might have just said that. I was going to say something else. Granted is a word. Yes, it was G. Yes, granted. They took you for granted. So this particular deck I read in the reverse, and also this deck I look into the past a little bit. The first set of cards you had are the current status. This I go into a little bit of the past as to what happened, what this person didn't tell you, and why they, this sweet connection, why did it turn sour? What went downhill? Why did it go downhill? Balance, and then we have the 4 of staves. All right. Imbalance. This person had an imbalance in this connection. There was a lack of harmony, a lack of self-control, a lack of equilibrium. There was discomfort. And there was finally the inability to find peace within themselves or even with others. And there was a lack of inspiration. They wanted to have a union of the conscious and the unconscious aspects of the psyche. They wanted to find a better balance between the opposites. Moderation and integration was needed, but that didn't happen. So the fact that you had the victim card, which talks to me about victimization, it does indicate here that somebody here in this connection was the victim, meaning that the scales on the justice here were out of balance, right? They were not balanced. There's a lack of balance there. Somebody here kept taking and taking while the other was just giving. And maybe they weren't even giving, but maybe they were just kind of sucking you dry in the sense, like a vampire type situation, or like a leech. It's energy that they're taking and taking. So here there's this imbalance that occurred, and it was very difficult for them to find a balance. Now, why was that? It's not because of you. No, it's not because of you. This talks about the inability to find peace within or with others. So that means that when this person was with you, you may have thought mentally, emotionally, that they were perfectly fine. However, most likely they were not. There was something going on in their life from their background. This could be emotional trauma where you have illness, wellness, the card. This could be emotional trauma where they are unable to move forward in a connection because of certain things that really weigh them down. We also have here the Four of Staves. The Four of Staves here, it talks about wanting stability finally, but there was frustrations and even disappointments at home. This means that frustration at home, disappointments at home. Now, home doesn't have to be exactly where they're residing. Home could be their environment. It could be their society, their friends, their family. It could be the people around them that make the home for them. They feel at home with them, unless somebody here's a hermit. But this is generally the type of feeling that this individual gets, that there's a lack of satisfaction at home. They're not truly feeling safe. They're not feeling secure. And for that reason, they don't feel good enough to move on. Here, there's a lack of stability. They want stability, but there's a lack of it. What I'm seeing here is there are certain things that have happened in this person's home or in their past, and it's still affecting them and creating an imbalance. This means that whether they're with you, Gemini, or whether they're with somebody else, their behavior is going to remain the same. Crosswatcher. You may need to talk to somebody about this. This could be a trauma-related issue. This could be something that has been bothering you for a while now. It's important to get that out, but also get it out to the people that'll listen and give you proper advice, proper professional advice, the right kind of advice that'll make your life better. Not everybody that gives advice may give advice cater to that individual, because their advice may be biased. So we have to be careful who we even get advice from. This is what I'm seeing here. Your person of interest had some issues and they did not tell you, but these issues were not on the surface. These were way underneath, totally lying dormant. And the problem with that is that we can't look at people and just quickly judge them. We do judge people, but you really don't know the story of an individual. There may be triggers. There may be certain traumas that they've gone through, abuse that they've gone through in the past. You don't know what you're getting into when you're getting into a relationship. Because people don't talk about that kind of stuff. The majority of the people out there. Okay. Feeling stuck. 8 of Swords. Followed by the Magician. Then we have the Hermit. Hermit's good, guys. Hermit's very good. Then we have the Moon. Wowee, a lot is going on here. For a small portion of you, this is, and for those of you that don't know this, there's no reason to be suspicious, okay? But for a small portion of you, this person was cheating. They were hiding things from you, and now they're regretting it. This is for a tiny portion, okay? I don't want everybody to just freak out and say, oh my God, this is what Asnointia said, because it's not always the case. This is a general love reading. It's not private. Even in private readings, sometimes you can't really tell. All I could see is if it's a third party. Right here, I see a lot of deception, though, and restriction. When there's restrictions and there's deception, plus you had the Four of Staffs where it talks about disappointments in the home, it could also mean that somebody here is living at home with a partner or a spouse and they are wanting to find someone else in their life, but there are restrictions. That's why there's disappointments in the home. That's why they're leaving, because they want to go out. They want to have a life with someone else. Could be for a small portion of you, not everybody. Here we have Eight of Swords. Your person of interest, for all of you, this is for all of you, they are very restricted. Remember the illness wellness card. There's the circumstances that they are in, and they are unable to change their circumstances. With the Eight of Swords, it talks about how this person has been blindfolded. They are not supposed to see or hear. Their hands are tied, arms, legs, feet are all tied. They're unable to move forward. They're caged. Here we have this cage with all of these swords around. It's a cage. They cannot move forward. They do not have the freedom to be released. Far in the distance, somebody's watching them like a hawk. So they really are stuck in whatever situation they're in. They are having internal and external forces that are stopping them from doing what they want to do, from breaking free. In their heart, they really do want to move forward in this connection. We have the Magician. You have 3 major arcana, 3 major changes coming up. But this is internal for this person. This is not actually applicable to you. This is this person doing it for themselves in their life. They're trying to be better. The Magician here talks about how this individual sees that you deserve everything. You deserve the best. And they want to be that person who can provide you with everything that you have ever wanted. They just want you to be happy. And they do want to be that person that can give this to you. Now, what are they going to do regarding that? Here we have the Hermit card. With the Hermit card, this does talk about how this individual is going to take a step back. They're going to see things a bit more clearly. They're forcing themselves into loneliness, forcing themselves into isolation. Not only that, but they're contemplating. There's introspection, self-contemplation. So this person's really just a hermit. And with the Boundaries card, it's a good thing because now that means that they are using that time. They're not wasting that time. They are investing that time. They're investing that time because they need to take a step back and understand why they do what they do. How can they fix it? Can they even salvage or fix this connection that they have with you? So this is something that they're feeling, and they're realizing this, that they do have to do something that's a bit better than the norm. We also have here the Moon card. The Moon card, it talks about how they are thinking about the lies and the betrayal that have happened behind the scenes, behind your back, or even some type of untrustworthy behavior. Okay? It's different levels, different variations, different stories everybody here has. So there's a level of trust that was broken. And all of this happened behind the scenes. It seems as if, Gemini, you were unaware of this. It happened in the dark, in the sense. That's just metaphorically speaking. But because of that, we have the Hermit. So the Hermit is going to try to make things better because there were lies. There was betrayal. They're working on this. We also have in between these 2 cards would be strength, gaining wisdom. From here, we get wisdom, then we have strength, and from strength, we have this person actually reaching out to you. So there's an entire process here that hasn't come up, but it's because this is the beginning process of this individual. They're now starting to really evaluate and reevaluate this whole situation. What can I do to make things better? That is exactly why there's that change, right? They want change. They want to take responsibility, right? And they also want to have that those boundaries. They want to keep those boundaries up. But in the meantime, are they utilizing that time better? Yes, they are. They have here the Hermit. Now we also have the overall arching theme Two of Pentacles. Your person of interest has been juggling a lot of things. It's come to the point where they're completely overwhelmed with certain things that they have undertaken. This could be jobs, opportunities, career-related items, or tasks or things, or health-related issues for themselves or somebody else. It could be just trying to earn some money, or even juggling people, juggling two people, two lovers. It could be anything. The fact is, they're overwhelmed. It's too much work for them, and they're unable to manage their time. Because of this, it's difficult for an individual to be in a relationship with this type of person because they're just so darn busy. Gemini. You're going to have to give this person some time if you want. That's totally up to you. If you don't want to, you can clearly move on. However, this person needs the time. They need their me time, okay? So give them their me time. In the meantime, you work on yourself. You do the things that make you happy. Pick up a hobby. Finish that project that you really wanted to finish a long time ago. Because when you're in a relationship, you really are, it's not just you anymore, right? Take advantage of the time that you are alone for a little bit, at the very least. All right, let's have a look at what the angels have to say about this. Just going to do a quick prayer. I have your Archangel answer cards. Very nice. Success with an exclamation mark. And we have one that just fell right down. Okay. Reconsider. We have here helpful people. Reconsider. You have a timeline within the next few months. Very nice. You have two cards here. Don't stop. You are ready. Very nice message. All right, Gemini. So we have here success. This is going to be, for you, either way, you're going to come out of this in a successful way. You're going to be very successful when it comes to this specific scenario that you find yourself in. Also, they're saying reconsider any actions, any words that you're going to say towards this person. It's important for you to talk to some people. This is helpful people. So you do have people in your life who are helpful. You just don't know it, maybe. Some people that actually care, genuinely care. Try to avoid people that you feel a negative vibe with, people that you think that might be jealous. Don't talk to them. They just give you the evil eye, and then everything just goes downhill from there. I do have packages that can help you get rid of evil eye, black magic, and all sorts of things that are negative and supernatural, even if your house is haunted. Have a look on my website to get rid of those type of things and have more positive energy around you. So helpful people, that is very important. 2 or 3 people maximum. Let's not go and advertise our lives to everybody, because those vibes from people can actually have an effect on your life and on the... It's like wires. We're kind of connected by invisible wires, and there's timelines on each one. So any type of negative energy that comes through, sometimes they can block the goodness that is around us, and so we cannot actually achieve that because it's being blocked by those negative energies. Remember, there was also the manifestation, the Magician card. So wanting to manifest, when you are trying to manifest something, it's important to have no negative energies around you, because those things block it. We have here also forgiveness. Forgiveness, some of you may not like this person because of those lies, that betrayal. A lot of things have happened. People here have felt used, abused. Hopefully not, but sometimes it is easier to forgive somebody and then move on. Now, how is it easy? The method I use, and the method that's the most easiest even in the Holy Bible, is to have compassion. Literally. Let's just feel sorry for the person. You know what? This person doesn't know any better. And why don't they know any better? Remember, they have issues in their home. There's circumstances that they're stuck in, and they can't really escape from that, because if they do, it may change their life altogether. You may be thinking it from your perspective, but you have to step into the person's shoes if you really want to get into their mind. You need to understand what they're going through. Negative energy is when we don't even forgive somebody. It's orbiting around us constantly like a negative energy bubble. You just have to go and burst that bubble. Once you do that, that grudge, that anger, that frustration, it's gone. It's not around you. It's not looming around you every single day. This is why it's important to forgive people. Not for you to forget. You don't forget it because you don't want to make that mistake again, or that experience. You don't want to have it again. So you don't forget it. But it's easier to forgive somebody and then move on with your life, because at that point in time, that burden that's on your shoulders, that negative energy that's been there for a very long time, it will leave. And this is by compassion, by knowing that they just didn't know any better. If they did, they would not have done what they did. And sometimes even they may be under the influence of many negative energies. And negative energies are jinns, demons, evil spirits. So here we have, within the next few months, there's going to be success within the next few months. Within the next few months, you're going to start reconsidering what it is that you were going to say and do. Don't stop talking to certain people, your friends, your family members that you can trust. Don't stop talking and receiving, don't stop giving and receiving love. Keep that positive energy flowing, because within the next few months, you could still be attracting other positive people into your life. At some point in time in the future here, they're saying you're going to be ready. You're going to be ready after you forgive. There you go. You're going to be ready after you forgive and after you talk to some people. You'll be ready to tackle anything spiritually, emotionally, and physically. Now, these cards, I have felt and seen that it almost comes out as a grid. So even if I read this way, these are all connected. So I do read like that as well. Also, we have here peaceful resolution. So there was a lot of rough times in this connection, and it was not good, not happy, not good memories. However, here we have a situation where there is a desire to have a peaceful resolution. There's going to be a peaceful resolution here, and that comes with a forgiveness. Things can come together. Now, forgiveness could be you forgiving this person, or perhaps a tiny portion of you. Maybe they're going to say, okay, I forgive you. Maybe. That's just for some of you, a tiny portion of you. But the great thing here is that we have a peaceful resolution coming up. So whatever type of issues the both of you had, it does appear that they will be settled at some point in time. It shouldn't be that difficult. All right. Gemini, that is your reading. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity and some guidance in your situations. Do let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. And please do have a look at my other channel, Asnointia Audio. The videos there are absolutely free from beginning to end. Some of them are on spiritual connections. I also have a category of love and romance, and that is the advice for relationships. And also there's one video that I had posted a while ago now that is on negative energies. Stay tuned. I will be uploading something very soon, maybe within the next few days or a week or so. All right, you all take care. Stay safe. I'll see you guys again. Bye now.